Testing 1, 2, 3. Warning, the following video may contain adult language and themes. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you have a problem with this, stop playing this video now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You had your chance to back out. No turning back now. Hi, this is my review of the horror movie called, I believe it's called Dark Touch. If I'm not mistaken. Let me look it up real quick. So I would hate to get the title wrong. It's called Dark Touch, and it was released, I believe, in 2013. Yep, Dark Touch. And I believe it was released from Ireland. Again, let me look it up. I could be wrong. Wiki 2013 horror movies list. Yeah, I think it was released from Ireland, and I'm kind of confused on this one. I think it's Ireland and Italy, I'm guessing. Could be wrong. I don't know. It's foreign though. Basically, I'm a little confused on this one because I thought it was okay. How I would describe it was okay. It's a weird little movie. How I would describe it is, it's in fact it's almost exactly like this. Imagine Stephen King's, I believe it's Stephen King's Carrie. With I think Sissy Spacek, John Travolta. That classic horror movie. Imagine that, but imagine that instead of a high schooler, Carrie is in kindergarten or whatever, or is a young girl, a really young girl. That's what this movie kind of is. And it's just really weird. It's tonally weird. And, so I'm gonna get into spoilers now. So I get into spoilers anyway, so I think you should know that. But if you want to know what my review is, before I get into spoilers, is that it's okay. Not anything special. It's rather gruesome at times, and it just feels weird to me. It felt weird to me. Okay, I'm going to get into spoilers now. Basically, this movie is about a young girl who's probably, I'm guessing, like maybe 10? I'm not sure. She's young, though. And she basically has a family that consists of her mother, her father, and her baby brother. And it's implied that at the beginning, it's implied that her parents abuse her, and maybe sexually abuse her as well. It's implied, we don't know. And basically what happens one night is, like, her parents are killed by the house. It's like this, it almost looks like a haunted house attacking, but the little girl isn't hurt at all. And her parents are killed in a gruesome manner, I might add, a very gruesome manner. This is probably the most gruesome part of the film. I was actually surprised at how gruesome it was, and it kind of went too far at the beginning, because nowhere else in the movie does it get this gruesome. And basically, her parents are killed, and she hides in like a closet with her baby brother, and her baby brother is killed too. And it's not revealed exactly how, but it's revealed by the paramedics that his ribs were crushed, his rib cage. And so the police come, and they believe that, they form a theory that somebody broke in and did all this, because obviously the idea of like the house killing her parents is just crazy. And what happens is this girl, so she doesn't have any parents. She goes to live with, like, I think it's a family friend, another family who are friends of her family, I think. I don't think they're related at all to her family, but she goes to live with them until they find another family for her to live with. And this family that she goes to live with has a wife and a husband and 2 kids, I believe, a boy and a girl, that are about her age, and she goes to live with them. And basically, when she lives there, the mother and the father are very caring. It seems like they're not abusive, or I mean, not really abusive. I mean, they're like normal parents, it seems. And we learn about the girl. And this girl is just like really weird. She's very quiet all the time, and she's just very wide-eyed, and she doesn't really say much. and she does this thing with her mouth in the movie where it's like halfway open all the time. It reminds me a lot of um, the Shining miniseries, Stephen King's The Shining miniseries of the kid who has his mouth open and you can see his buck teeth. That's what she kind of does, and she kind of reminds me of that kid. Throughout her experience with this family, the family starts to suspect that this girl is not as innocent as she may seem. But and this girl like has issues. Like she does this thing where she like goes and like just steals some of their photos and of this family. This family had once had a daughter a long time ago that died, and she went and stole the photos, and they got mad at her for that, and this girl just has weird issues, um, and this girl like goes out wandering one night, and she coincidentally comes upon this house where this woman is beating on her children, and surprise, surprise, she like goes all wide-eyed, and the house starts to like kick this abusive mother's ass, and she dies. She gets killed, and the abusive mother, and then thus again, the little girl's fingerprints all over the house. So the police are like, this is getting suspicious, and when the little girl goes back to school, everybody's afraid of her now because she's been involved with two massacres, so they don't know what to think. And then she goes to like this party. She gets invited to this little girl's party out of sympathy, and all the other little girls who are playing Dolly there like make fun of her and just like tease her, and then like the little girl like gets really angry and she sets all the dolls on fire with her mind and like causes havoc at the party. And this is basically where she snaps, and basically she goes into like satanic mode. This is basically the pig blood moment, the Carrie pig blood moment, where she pretty much goes insane. The mother that was caring for her like is really concerned, and she goes out looking for her, and she for some reason goes back to the little girl's old house, which is has police tape all around it, and she finds the little girl there, and the little girl is there with the two kids that she came upon that one night, and she killed the mother. She's there with the two kids, and and that's another thing. Before that, after the little girl snapped, but before this, she actually like mind controlled all the kids of her school. It seemed like, I think that's what happened. She controlled their minds now. She can control minds now. Did you know that? Not only is she like Carrie, but she can control minds. She controls all the minds of the little kids, and she makes them go into the school. And she like makes the school collapse on them. I mean, that's how fucking, and like these are kids that didn't even do anything to her. And it's like, what? Why is this girl all of a sudden like the devil now? It's like, and so like, yeah, like I said, the mother, her foster mother, like temporary foster mother, goes back to the house that the little girl used to live at, and she finds the little girl there with his two kids, and the little girl pretty much like makes the house attack her, and like, and before the mother like calls the father, her husband, and the husband comes there, and foolishly doesn't call the police, but I doubt he knew what was going on. And like the little girl like makes these like boards fall on them, and it totally immobilizes the two parents and like makes them sit at the table with her and the other two kids, and like she sets the house on fire and burns everybody to the ground. It's like, what? So like, I don't understand, like, when Carrie ran amok in that movie, it was understandable. But in this movie, even though it's kind of the same circumstance, it's not understandable. Like, you don't understand why this girl's all of a sudden become like the devil. At one point, I thought maybe that this girl wasn't as innocent as we thought, because the abuse to her was implied, it was all implied. Like, maybe the twist